Weber here. Thank you so much for joining me for this full-length Pilates Reformer class incorporating stretch and stress relief. We're going to be doing a lot of stretching and focusing on breath work for stress relief during the movements. So if at any time you feel like the class is moving too fast for you, go ahead and slow down the movements. If at any time you feel like the spring weight is too heavy, please feel free to adjust it, but safely. So if we have, a medium and a light spring on for a thigh stretch and you want to put a light spring on, please make sure you don't go back so far that you fall back into your springs. Okay? So just a few suggestions. If you want any modifications, please feel free to reach out to me via message after the class is over. So I have a moon box. Underneath my moon box, I have a sticky mat for safety purposes. So my moon box doesn't slip around. I'm not going to be standing on it, but just for safety purposes, it never hurts. I'm sitting on the edge of my reformer and my feet are resting comfortably on it. I also have my regular box as well. If you do not have a moon box, let's say you have an arc barrel, you can use that, the large hump on the arc barrel, or the large, not the step. I mean, like, it depends on your height really whether or not you use the step. The large hump would be a little bit higher than this. I believe the step would be slightly shorter than this. You can use whatever's comfortable for your body. But again, I'm sitting on the edge of the reformer with my sit bones spread on the edge of the carriage. I have 4 springs on for footwork. 3 to 4 springs for footwork, please. On my machine, I use 3 heavy and 1 medium. For me, that is 3 green and 1 red. I do not work in half springs, so if you would like to use those, please do so at your own discretion. My legs are squeezed together. If I do separate them, I will not separate them any further than my heels being underneath my sits bones. So I'm going to sit nice and tall. Inhale, exhale, tuck my tail, articulate back. I'm going to have to pull myself forward ever so gently to the end of the reformer. I want the tips of my shoulder blades hanging off of the reformer. I have my fingers interlaced at the base of my skull, and my thumbs are long down either side of my neck. I'm gently supporting my head here. I'm not necessarily in curl up. My head is lifted slightly. I can come down to neutral. I want to make sure I can maintain a neutral spine here. I'm going to have to engage my lower abs, squeeze my glutes slightly to open up the fronts of my hips. I may want to separate my feet so my heels are underneath my hip bones for sense distance. Make sure your knees aren't going to the side or knocking into each other while you're doing this. I'm drawing my ribs together and my collarbones are nice and wide. My shoulders are nice and flat. From here, without arching my back, I'm going to extend my upper spine right at my neck and shoulder blades in a comfortable arc. So I'm not crunching my head to the back of the frame of the reformer. And then I'm going to come back to neutral and do a slight curl up on the exhale. I'm going to inhale and lift just my necklace area slightly. Nothing else will shift below that. And then exhale, curl up to the tips of my shoulder blades, just like I would for curl up work. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Now we're going to inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, we're going to open our mouths and do a long continuous exhale. 2 more. Final one. So let's go ahead and inhale back, lifting only your necklace line. As we exhale, we're going to draw our right leg up to tabletop. As we inhale, our right leg will lower back down to the moon box. And then we'll exhale our left leg up to tabletop. And inhale, back extension, and exhale, lift your right leg. Try not to allow the backs of your hip bones or your sacrum to shift, and don't allow your back to arch. Left leg, 1 more to each side. Now go ahead and stay in curl up. Lower that leg on the inhale. Exhale your right leg. Inhale to lower your right leg. Exhale your left. Inhale your, wait, yep, no, that's right. And 1 more. Now, go ahead and come to neutral spine. So we're not extended, we're just in a nice neutral, not in a curl up. And draw one knee at a time up to tabletop. I'm going to turn slightly to the side so that you can see me. From here, I'm going to inhale, exhale to curl up, reaching my arms long towards my heels. I'm going to extend my legs to my working level. Then I'm going to begin pumping. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Long continuous inhale, long continuous exhale. Now I'm going to lift just my right leg up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Left leg. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same leg each time, 10 up, 10 down. While we're doing this, we're squeezing under our arms. We're drawing our ribs to our hips. We're not crunching our chin to our chest. Lower, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, oh, 2, 5, 4, 5. Go ahead and hug your knees into tabletop. Rest your head in your hands again. Come back to neutral. From here, we're going to do elbow to knee. I'm going to adjust myself again so you can see. I'm going to extend my left leg, my right leg first. I'm going to rotate, dropping my left elbow down towards the floor. Inhale through center, rotate the opposite direction, extending my left leg, dropping my right elbow to the floor. Come back through center. Nice long inhale and curl up deeper, don't crunch your chin to your chest. Make your head heavy in your hands so that your abs are doing the work. One more to each side. Final one. Drop both knees to tabletop, and you can do one final back extension or chest lift off the back of the carriage frame. We're going to place one foot down, place the other foot down. Come back to neutral, fingertips up to the ceiling, inhale, exhale. Whoa, you might have to use your knees. Ooh, my abs are a little tired after that one, right? So, I have my footwork springs on. We're going to come onto our side, onto our back. We're going to begin on our heels with our legs squeezed all the way together. So it's making one giant mega leg. My heels are planted firmly in the center of the foot bar. I have a nice neutral spine. My spine is nice and warm after that warm up. I'm going to plant my hands by my side, platform my shoulders, and press out as I inhale and exhale strongly with an open mouth as I come back in. So, try to release your neck so that your neck's not doing the work, right? Platform your shoulders and think of softening through your sternum. If you feel as if this weight is too heavy for stress relief for you, please feel free to go ahead and drop it. For myself personally, I love to work out to relieve stress. So this is the perfect weight for me. I'm just going to slow it down and focus on my breath today. 2 more. One more. Now from there, I'm going to rotate the femur in the hip socket and turn out to a Pilates V position on my heels. So my knees are tracking over my big toe, and then I'm going to slide my feet down. So between my big toe and my second toe, that's where the majority of the weight is over the foot bar. But all of my toes are on the foot bar, for my foot personally. I'm going to platform my feet down again. Now without letting your heels drop or lift to drain the movement, trying to keep them in this exact space, we're going to squeeze as we inhale out and exhale it back in. Now inhale out. Nice slow footwork today. So we can really focus on the breath and making sure that our body does not shift. So we're really finding the length in all of these movements. My trainer, Katie Rowley, likes to say, can you find the space between your foot and your ankle? And now in this next one, can you find the space between your ankle and your shin? And resist it back in. And now find the space between your shin and your kneecap. And come back in. Now find the space between your kneecap and your thigh bone. And now the thigh bone and the hip. And now lengthen up the spine, through the neck, creating space between your vertebrae. We're going to slide out to the wide part of the foot bar, but drop to our heels and place our heels on the foot bar in a wide Pilates V or second position. My knees are still tracking over my toes. Adjust as you need to so that we can find a nice space and nice breath work. Platform your arms by your side. Inhale as you press out, finding the space and the length. And exhale back in. I'm sorry, inhale out. Exhale back in. Inhale. Tweeze your sit bones at the top and try to grow longer, longer, longer. Exhale. Feel the headrest supporting the back of your head. Allowing your head to relax. You're not sinking, but you feel supported. Here's 7. 8. 9. Really ground it through the foot bar as you shoot energy out of your head. And final 1. And resist it back in. Now, bring your feet to parallel and squeeze them together in the mega leg in the center, but slide up to the balls of your feet in a high heel, demi-point, or forced arch position where your heels are high, 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 as high as you can get them. And place all 10 toes on the foot bar. Now inhale to press out and find that length. This is the heaviest your springs will be on footwork because it is the furthest you're pushing the carriage away from the bumper. And now resist it, keeping your legs together. And inhale it out. Exhale back in. As you inhale, feel the air travel down the back of your body. As you exhale, feel it travel up the front of your body through your mouth. Inhale the nose through the back of the body. And exhale the front of the body through the mouth. Nice wide open exhalation every time. So, here's 6. Don't forget to find that space between every one of your joints. 8. 9. Good job, guys. 1 more. And 10. On this next, we're going to press out and stay there for some ankle articulation work. So in 6, we're going to press out. We're going to lower both heels under together for 1, 2, 3, and lift. 2, 3. So inhale. 2, 3. Inhale down and squeeze your glutes and squeeze your legs and lift. Don't forget to incorporate the back chain of your body as well. On this next one, we'll stay up at the top. We're going to do a different exercise. We're going to trot, so we're going to bend our right knee over the foot bar, drop our left heel under the foot bar. Try not to allow your hips to shift, and lift it up. Drop your right heel under, left knee over, feeling that nice calf stretch down the right calf, and left. Inhale. Now inhale. And exhale the left. Inhale. Exhale the lift. Inhale. Exhale the left. Again, don't allow your hips to shift on the back. Make sure that you're only creasing and uncreasing at the hip flexor. Now, drop that left heel under. Take the right foot off. Slide it under the foot bar. Flex your foot so you're pulling on the foot bar with the right foot to increase the stretch on the left calf. 1 more breath. Now replace that right foot with the knee bent over the foot bar in a high heel position. Lift both feet up to high heel. Now, bend the left knee over the foot bar. Slide the right heel under. Take the left foot off. Slide it under the foot bar. Flex it. Pull strongly into the foot bar with the top of your left foot to increase the stretch in the right calf. Now we're going to take our left foot, place it back on the foot bar. We're going to lift up, drop both heels under, micro bend our legs, and resist the foot bar, resist the carriage back into the bumper. Slide away from the shoulder block slightly. We're going to press out, drop the right heel under, come back in. We're going to come up to sitting. That was way too heavy. We're going to take 3 heavy springs off, or for me, I'm going to take 3 heavy springs off. I'm going to leave my arm work 100 springs on. On my machine, I use 1 medium, 1 light, that is 1 red and 1 blue. We are going to do the ballet stretches first. So let's go ahead and come down. And now we're going to press out. Drop the right heel under, hug the left knee into our chest. There we go. I'm going to extend the left leg up to the ceiling. I'm going to hold on behind the thigh. I don't want to round up in my shoulders. And I'm going to bend my elbows down towards the carriage as I pull that leg in towards my underarm. I don't want to pull it across the midline. We'll get to that one in a second, that stretch in a second. From there, I'm going to take my leg and draw it across the midline. If I don't have to lift my shoulder up off the mat or hike my hip too much, you can hike your hips slightly, but don't let your ribs hike. I'm going to pull it across the midline of my body. If I would like from there, I can reach my other arm or my left arm out for teeth. I can also turn my head to look at my left arm. If you need more stretch, go ahead and pull the leg up closer to your ear or the shoulder blocks. Good, now come back through center, bend the right leg in. Turn it out to Pilates feet. Depending on your flexibility, you'll hold on behind the hamstring or behind the calf or ankle. Don't hold on around the knee. It causes, like if you hold on right here even and pull in, it causes the knee to bend a lot. So I'm going to press out, drop my heel under in Pilates feet, and bend my elbow down to pull that leg up towards my ear for an inner thigh stretch. You can pull it as far up to the side as you like, as long as that opposite hip doesn't float up. So drop that shoulder by bending that elbow down towards the foot bar. Now, release the leg back up through center, bend the foot to come back in. From there, we're going to scooch away from the shoulder blocks. I'm going to leave that right leg on the foot bar, but I'm going to have the arch on the foot bar. And I'm going to come into a figure 4 stretch. When I'm in the figure 4 stretch, I want to bend my left leg and draw the part of my leg above the ankle across the thigh. So I'm not on my ankle on my left leg, and I'm not on my knee on the right leg. From there, I'm going to keep the carriage into the bumper, but if I'd like to increase the stretch and keep my sacrum flat, I'm going to scooch away from the shoulder blocks in towards the foot bar. If you're coming in so far that you're pressing the carriage away, odds are you're probably tucking, and that's not really what we're going for here. So I'm just scooching in slightly so that I'm in neutral spine, and I'm getting a little bit more stretch. If I need a little bit more, place my hand on my right thigh and press it away from my body, but I don't want my hips to shift on the back of the carriage. Good. I'm going to release that stretch. Come on to the ball of my foot on my right foot, press away from the carriage with my left leg, pull that right knee into my chest. We're going to do the ballet stretches on this side. So I'm going to extend that right leg up to the ceiling, drive my left heel under the carriage. I'm going to hold on behind my hamstrings or behind my calf as long as my shoulder blades don't peel off the mat. I can still get a really nice stretch from here by bending my elbows down towards my hips or the foot bar. I'm going to lengthen out my leg, and I'm going to really round through that back hip so I'm not tucking that tail. One more breath. From there, I'm going to take my left hand, I'm going to place it on my calf or my thigh, the outside of my thigh, and I'm going to pull the leg across my body. I'm going to extend my right arm to a T and look at it if I like. If I need a little bit more, I'm going to bend my elbow down towards the foot bar so I can pull my leg up closer to my shoulder blocks. Again, if your hips floated off slightly, that's fine. Don't allow your ribs to float off. You'll be stretching something else, right? I'm going to bring that leg back up to center, release the stretch on both sides of my arms, bend my leg into the foot bar. Now I'm going to turn my left leg out to a Pilates V and press out. I'm going to drop the heel under the foot bar, bring my leg out to the side slightly. I don't want that hip to pop up, right? So I'm going to hold on behind my hamstring or behind my calf, bring the leg out to the side, and bend it in. I'm more flexible on this side than I am on my other side, so I can bring my hand to a different area. One side's always more flexible than the other, guys, okay? Oop, I'm floating slightly, so I'm going to bring my foot up just a little bit and bend my elbow down towards the foot bar a little bit more. So I'm increasing the stretch, but not floating off of my hip. After this, we have the figure 4 stretch and then some forward flexion work, you know, curl ups, the like. I'm going to bring my leg back up to center, bend my knee in, and I'm going to scooch away from the shoulder box. I'm going to bring my left foot with my arch somewhere on the foot bar. I'm going to bring my right leg across my left leg in the figure 4 stretch. Again, I do not have my left leg on my right knee. It is on my left thigh. And my left ankle is not crossing my right thigh. My shin is. If I need a little bit more, I'm going to scooch in towards the foot bar, but I'm not going to move the carriage. So sometimes it's not going to get the stretch you want, right? So I'm going to take my hand, place it on my thigh, and open that hip just a little bit more by pressing that knee open just a little wider. Don't allow your hips to shift though. So you want to keep neutral hips and just try to open that hip gently. Don't bring your elbow to the side. Drop it down to the mat so you have a nice flat shoulder blade. So my forearm's on the mat, my shoulders pressing away from my ear, I'm squeezing under my arm. Good job, guys. So from here, we're going to scooch up. I'm going to find my handles. My thumbs are on the outside, my fingers are reaching up through the center like little blades, and I'm going to come down to a 90-degree position. With my hands, this little post, my hands and forearms, this little post up to the ceiling, my forearms are going to be flat. I'm going to walk one leg to tabletop and the other leg to tabletop. From there, I'm just going to extend from the elbow, tap my hands to the mat, and bend it back up to 90 degrees. My biceps are hugging my ribs, and I'm not allowing my ribs to shift as I do this exercise. And we're going to inhale, press away, and exhale to lift. Inhale away, and exhale to lift. Now, without moving the carriage, slide your hands up, squeezing under the arms so your fingers are reaching more for over your knees, and exhale and pull it back down. We're not going to move the carriage, even though the carriage is pulled away from the bumper for this exercise. We are going to have to use a lot of control. 4, 5, 6, stay up. Now press all the way down towards the mat with long arms and float it back up above the knees. And down with long arms and float it up an inch higher. And down with long arms and inhale and exhale just an inch higher. We're going to stop where our sternum and 12 foot bar. So right at the bra strap area, right below the nipples. One more. Now stand right here, scooch away from the shoulder block slightly. Inhale, exhale, squeeze under the arms with long straight arms. Reach for the foot bar and curl up. And inhale to lower, hands back over the sternum. And exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. And exhale to lift. Good. And here's 5. On 6, we're going to stay up and we're going to add some legs. If at need to rest your head, neck, and shoulders, please feel free to do so. Otherwise, press your left leg out and pull it back to tabletop. And right leg and pull. Don't crunch your chin to your chest. Here's 3. Good. Curl up a little deeper. Squeeze under the arms. Arms floating off the carriage. And here's 5. Stop your legs to tabletop. And here is 6. And 1 more. And curl down. Fingertips over your sternum, 12th rib. Inhale, exhale to curl up and extend your legs out to a working level. And pull it back in. Inhale, exhale, extend your legs to working level. And inhale. Nice, open, exhale and inhale, lower. And lower. On this next one, we're going to stay up. Please rest your head, neck, and shoulders if you need to do so. And exhale to lift. Now pull your legs back into tabletop and extend to working level. And in and extend. Curl up a little deeper. Here's 3. And extend. 4. 5. And here's 6. Now keep your arms down. Rest your head, neck, and shoulders. Bring your legs up to the ceiling. Platform your arms down by your side. Flex your feet and lower 1, 2, 3 to working level. Point your feet and lift 1, 2, 3. Just to the ceiling, not past that. Just straight up like a post. Now flex and lower 1, 2, 3. Point. 2, 3. Leave your feet pointed. Lower on the inhale for 2, 3, and long continuous inhale, 2, 3, and flex, exhale, 2, 3, and point lower, 2, 3, and flex, lift, 2, 3. Float your arms up to the ceiling over your sternum, 12th rib. Guys, we're gonna do scissors. You can do so with your arms by your side like we just did, or you can do so with your arms by your side and curl up. Inhale, exhale to curl up. And switch. And inhale. Pause here, inhale. Now, exhale to switch. Feet up to the ceiling, feet to tabletop, rest your head, neck, and shoulders, hands over your sternum, find the foot bar, bring the carriage to the bumper, peg your straps, roll to your side, and come up to sitting. Guys, exciting news. We're going to go to feet and straps. So I'm going to change my I'm going to change from handles to foot straps. We are going to be changing back the handles after we do a couple exercises with the foot straps, but it's not going to be for a while. From there, I'm going to come down onto my back. If you are comfortable, go ahead and drop your headrest. Now, we are going to be doing short spine, and you will need to drop your headrest. I'm going to take my feet straps in my hands, press my legs out long, pressing the carriage away from the bumper, bring my left leg in, put the foot strap on it, stand through the foot strap to extend the carriage away as I comfortably put my right foot in the foot strap. I'm going to scooch away from the shoulder blocks because we are going to be doing coordination with our feet and straps, which is very comfortable. It's really nice. I'm going to platform my arms by my side. I'm in a frog position, but my tail's heavy. So if you can't do frog here without tucking your tail, start to extend your legs closer to tabletop until you can find a flat sacrum. From there, we're going to press out, staying in the turnout the whole time, and release it back in. Now inhale away. Exhale back in. Inhale. Nice long inhale. Nice long exhale. Nice long inhale. tabletop and squeeze everything, finding that space in between all of your joints. Here's 9. And here is 10. And come back in. Now, we're gonna press it all the way out. We're gonna come in just a little bit. We're gonna drop our feet about 2 to 3 inches. From there, keeping the diamond position, we're going to close our legs together. And then we're going to rotate the femur and the hip socket to open them back to diamond. Now rotate to bring it together and rotate to bring it out. From here, we may have to start to adjust. You want to feel it strongly in your inner thigh and glutes. Now when I bent my legs in just a little bit more, I was able to really focus on the glutes and the inner thighs from my body, and it made the exercise more intense. You'll have to adjust your legs and the bend in your knees to try to find where the exercise is the most intense for your body. And one more. Now from here, we're going to bend our knees into tabletop and come back in. So we're just going to bend our knees to tabletop, right? We're going to begin and end here. We're doing coordination. So our biceps are squished into our sides. Our hands are flipped up to the ceiling. We're going to inhale, exhale to curl up, extending our legs long. Turn your legs out to Pilates feet. Open your legs the width of the foot bar. Squeeze your inner thighs to tap your heels back together. Bring your legs back to parallel. Pull them back to tabletop. Bring your hands back by your shoulders, still squeezing your biceps into your wrists. In between exercises, if you need to rest your head, neck, and shoulders, please feel free to do so. I will no longer cue it after this time. Inhale. Exhale, press out. Turn it out to Pilates. We're going to be 1 and a 2. Parallel, pull into tabletop, release your hands. And a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and parallel. And inhale to press. Exhale to turn out and go 1, 2, 3, 4 on the inhale. Pull it back on the exhale and pull your hands in. Now inhale. Exhale. And now go inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, pull it in and hands in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, exhale to pull it in and bring your hands in to your shoulders. Rest your head, neck, and shoulders. Platform arms down by your side. Extend your legs straight up to the ceiling like little posts. Now, we can leave pointed feet, we can leave flex feet, we can turn out, we can go Pilates V, but we're going to lower, and then we're going to lift it back up slowly with control. So inhale to lower, shooting energy out of your feet, exhale to lift. So imagine you're creating space first starting from your hips. Now you're creating space between the tops of your knees and your thighs. Now you're creating space underneath your knees and your shins. Now you're creating space between your shins and your ankles. Now create the space between your ankles and your feet. And now on this next one, really feel grounded through your sacrum and shoot energy out of your feet. Good job. We're going to bring it back up. We're going to do 5 leg circles in each direction. So we're going to open and exhale it back up. So inhale. Sorry, my straps kept catching on the box. When we're doing this, keep this nice and slow and continuous. We're not squeezing it around. We're not using momentum, so we shouldn't get any of the heel clicks. We're not playing the There's No Place Like Home game. We're playing the one heel click together game, right? So no click clicks. Inhale down and exhale around back up to the top, straight up. Inhale down and exhale down, straight up to the top. And inhale, here's 3. Don't forget your breath. Inhale down and exhale it back up. And inhale it down and exhale it back up. Good. From there, we're going to come back into a frog. Again, make sure your headrest is lowered. We're going to be doing short spine. So if you have neck, back, osteoporosis, osteopenia problems, please don't do this exercise. We're going to press out to working level on 1. We're going to pike at the hips on 2. Begin to squeeze your glutes and articulate up on 3. Bend our knees into a frog on 4. And articulate down, 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 down on 5. Press out on 1. Pike at 2. Articulate up on 3. Frog on 4. Roll down on 5. And press out on 1. So inhale and exhale and inhale and exhale. Let's do one more. Inhale and exhale. Squeeze those glutes. Try to stack those toes over the nose and exhale, inhale and exhale. Good. Guys, from there we're going to extend our feet up to the ceiling. Try to keep your sacrum down. If you want a little bit more, for a hamstring stretch, you can place 2 fingers on the straps. Try not to let your ribs flare. Now open your legs to a straddle stretch. I brought my hands to the insides of the straps. And again, I'm going to use the 2 fingers for a little bit extra weight for my inner thigh. From there, I'm going to bring my legs up to a happy baby where my knees are on the outside of my body. And I'm trying to bring my feet flat up to the ceiling. Again, if you need a little bit more, place 2 fingers on the straps. Try to keep your sacrum nice and flat. Now bring your legs, your feet together as if they're praying hands in a butterfly position. And you can pull the straps in a little bit tighter if you would like, dropping the elbows down towards the mat, towards the foot bar to keep your shoulders away from your ears. Now from there, we're going to bring our legs back to parallel. I'm going to extend my right leg and pull the foot strap off my left leg. Extend my left leg down as I begin to bend my right leg so that I can find the foot bar and safely take the strap off of my right foot. I'm going to roll to the side and come up to sitting. I am going to leave my straps on 1 red, 1 blue. But if this is too heavy for you for these exercises, please feel free to drop your springs to 1 red or 1 blue. That would be 1 medium or 1 light. I'm going to straddle the machine, scooching towards the foot bar. I'm going to place my hands on wide on the foot bar. From there, I'm going to inhale, press away from the foot bar, articulating from my neck and my shoulders to look down at the springs. I'm going to inhale as I pull the machine in, and I'm going to lift my necklace area or my upper chest to where the wall and the ceiling meet. I'm pressing on the outsides of my pinky blade edge of my hands, so I'm keeping my shoulders away from my ears. Inhale and press back. This should feel very familiar to when we did the opening exercise at the beginning of the class. We're extending our back over the carriage or over the frame, and then we curl up. This isn't a large movement, guys. This is it. We're just making it harder by sitting up the move. Now, I'm going to float my left hand up, bringing my bicep by my ear, and reach for the right side where the wall and the ceiling meet. Again, I have more weight, my pinky blade edge, so my shoulder doesn't come to my ear. Replace my left hand, lift my right arm up by my bicep, and reach over to the left side. Inhale, and exhale to reach. Keep that opposite hip down. Inhale, exhale to reach. 1 more to each side. Think of this as a moving meditation. Now, keep your right arm floating up and bring it to the left side of the machine as you rotate towards the left side of the frame, looking back towards the wall behind you or the uprights. And I'm going to exhale, reaching for the other side. Now, guys, notice I'm not grabbing the outside of the machine and forcing my body into the movement. I'm sitting up tall. That's what I'm using the foot bar for. I'm pressing in to the foot bar and the carriage to lift taller and create space between the vertebrae on my back. Let's do one more to each side, and then we're going to grab our long boxes. One more. From here, I'm going to come back to center. I'm going to come off to the side of the machine. From here, I'm going to change my spring work to one red spring. That's one medium spring on my machine. I'm going to lift my box up into the long box position. If you so choose to, please feel free to use the sticky mat that was underneath your moon box on top of your long box so that you don't slip around if that's more comfortable for you. From there, I'm going to come to the left side of the machine. I'm going to sit down on the outside. I'm going to bring my headrest up due to my height from my arm. We're going to be doing sideline legs on the box. You don't have to use the box for this if you're uncomfortable. But when I place my elbow in the headrest, if it's lifted, it's more comfortable for me. I'm going to use both hands to come down onto my side. I'm going to place my left elbow on the headrest, and I'm going to line up my back with the back of the box without falling off. I'm going to bend my left knee in. I'm going to take the strap in my right hand, and I'm going to pull it and place my right foot in the strap. My right hand is in front of me for support. I have my legs separated, so my right leg's up at hip height, and I'm going to press out through the heel to standing position and pull it back. Guys, I'm doing sideline legs here, so I want to make sure that I have some space between my side, the closest to the box, and my actual obliques. So I want to feel a lift. I might not be lifting, but I want to feel as if I'm lifting off of my obliques. And inhale away, and exhale back in. And inhale away. Imagine your leg is sliding over a table. And inhale away, so you want to keep it the same height the whole time. One more. And now 10 pulses here for 10, 9, keep breathing, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it to tabletop, turn it out to a frog position and extend to standing in the rotated position and come back in. Imagine that I'm trying to see your heel the whole time. Really squeeze your glutes. Here's 5. If this weight is too heavy for you, you can drop it down to one light spring. 8. 2 more. And inhale. And exhale as the leg comes in. Don't allow your weight to shift down or you lose that lift. And here's 10. And now let's do pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7. Make the pulses drive from where your glutes and your thigh meet. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stack both legs together. And now lift your heels slightly, just an inch or two, guys. Don't slide off the back of the box. My knees are off. I assume that other people's are too. And I'm going to open and squeeze it shut. And open and squeeze. We're doing clam. 4. And now if you so choose to, we're going to add on. We're going to open, extend the leg up. Tap our feet back together. Close the clam. Open the clam, extend the top leg. Bend the top leg, come back in. Here's 3. Ooh, it's burning. Here's 4. Make sure you're not getting into your shoulder. And here's 5. Now, take that strap off the right foot and go ahead and peg it. And then carefully rotate onto your stomach. and come to where your sternum and 12th rib are at the edge of the box, or your bra strap is at the edge of the box. If your shins are driving into your carriage and you're tenting your hips, please engage your hips or your glutes and your inner thighs to make your legs lighter on the box. If that's still not working for you, you can lower the foot bar. I'm going to come down so that my hands are underneath my shoulders. We're going to be doing sort of like a baby swan. So I'm going to inhale and reach my head, neck, and shoulders long, 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 squeezing under my arms the whole time, still making my hips light, and lower. Now, make sure you're drawing your belly button to your spine and drawing your ribs together and not letting them flare as you lift up. And exhale to lower. Now inhale to lift. Imagine you're pulling your head through a turtleneck. And lower. Now imagine that your turtle coming out of its shell. And lower. Now on this next one, make sure you're not crunching the back of your head to your back. For myself personally, I look in at the inside of the reformer frame as I lift. I can look in at the mirror and I can see that I'm in a continuous curve from the tip top of my head out through my toes when I do this move. Now, I'm going to lower back to neutral spine, and I'm just going to swim my legs and make sure that I can swim my legs without shifting my body. So I'm engaging my glutes and inner thighs. I'm going to inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Belly button to spine, drawing the ribs together, squeezing the glutes and thighs. Stop and take a break. For those of us who would like to add on additional work or additional extension work, we are going to be adding the breaststroke here. If you would not like to do the breaststroke, you please feel free to continue to swim your legs or find a stretch of your choice. Otherwise, we're going to swim as we do breaststroke. So we're going to inhale, do a little back extension lift, just like we did at the beginning, but our arms will now be floating off. Flip your palms to the ground. As you exhale, squeezing your underarms, drawing your pinky blade edge in towards your hips, and feeling a nice pec stretch, and then coming back down to the neutral position. You can rest your hands on the frame or float them up. We have 2 more. Inhale, lift, reaching your arms in front of you, biceps by your ears. Exhale, palms down, reaching, squeezing under the arm for your hips, and come back down to the neutral position, float your hands. Inhale, lift, and exhale, squeezing the pinky blade edge towards your hips, and come back to neutral, and rest. Go ahead and hang your head, reach your arms long down the frame. If it's comfortable for you, we'll take 1 more breath. And we're going to do footwork on the other, we're going to do the feet and straps on the other side for sideline work. And then we're going to do a pigeon stretch before we do some chest expansion and stuff. So, very carefully, slide yourself towards your left hand or the right side technically of your carriage. We're going to roll onto our right side, lining up our back, but not falling off with the back side of the box. I'm going to bend my right elbow in so that I can rest my head on my hand. My bottom leg or my right leg is bent. I have a slight lift in my body where I'm lifting up my obliques from the mat from my hip to my ribs. I'm going to take my foot strap and pull it down, bending my left leg in to put it on the foot strap. From there, I'm going to take my left hand, place it in front of my body so that I have some nice little support. From there, I'm going to press my leg out from tabletop, so I'm standing, and pull it back into a tabletop position, and press it away, and exhale it in. Inhale, and exhale. As you press, don't allow your body to arch off. Try to only move by uncreasing at the hip flexor, and then creasing back. Here's 6, 7, and 8, and 9, And here's 10. Now let's add the pulses. And 10, 9. Again, make it come from right here, guys, where the glutes and thigh meet. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bring it back to tabletop. Turn it out to a frog and press it away through the heel and bend it back in. Don't allow your body to shift back on your sacrum. Could be bad for your low back, but more importantly, you could fall right off that box, and we don't want that. Here's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let me see your heels. Don't forget to show me your heels, right? And 10. And now back to a frog and pulse for 10, 9 from the glute, 7, 6, wait, I think it's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 more, 2, and 1. Stack your legs on top of each other, lift your heels slightly and open and close for 5, 4 in the clam, 3, lift out of your side close to the mat, 2, and 1. Now add on if you would like, open and kick and bend and close. Open and extend, bring your feet back together and close. Here's, oh my gosh, here's 3, open, extend, bend and close, and 4. And 5. Now lower your feet, bend that top leg in, take the strap off carefully. Bring the carriage carefully into the bumper before you get off. Peg your strap, come up to sitting, and carefully release yourself to the side. Now, let's stretch the first leg we worked first. I'm going to take my left leg and bring it up on top of the box with my shin lined up with the edge of the box. From there, I'm going to float my biceps up on my ears and flat back hinge forward. I can float my hands to the outside. We don't want to bend in on this exercise, okay guys? We really want to put a lot of weight into this, so we're really deepening our stretch. If you want to deepen it from there, untuck your toes and place the top of your foot on the mat. If you want to increase it further, bend that back knee slightly to float that leg off of the floor. Let's do one more breath. Place that foot back on the floor, tuck the toes, and press your body back first to slide your leg off the carriage. We're going to take our left leg now, bring it to the top of the box, slide, oh gosh, that's an ouchie hip today. Slide it forward so that my top leg is parallel with the outside of the long box. From there, I'm going to float my arms up by my ears and flat back hinge forward. I can bring my hands down by my side. I don't have weight in them. If I want to increase my stretch from there, I'm going to untuck my toes and come to the top of my foot on the floor. If I want to increase my stretch from there, I'm going to bend my knee, floating my foot off of the mat. Now I can come anywhere I want with my hands, as long as I can maintain it. I'm going to take one more deep breath from here. Place your foot back down, tuck your toes to help slide off of the mat, releasing your body off of the pigeon stretch. I'm going to put my box away. I'm going to come onto my knees, facing the uprights. But before I do that, I'm going to place one light spring on with my one medium spring. So again, now I have one medium, one light. On my machine, that's one red, one blue. I'm going to come onto my knees facing the back, and I'm going to change out my foot straps for my handles. From there, I'm going to come up to kneeling. I'm going to make sure that I'm at a proper distance before I grab my handles so that I can stack my shoulders over my hips over my knees. I'm drawing everything together. My ribs are together, my belly's drawing up and in, my shoulder blades are nice and flat and wide, and I'm not crunched into the shoulder block so much that I can't extend my hips forward. From there, I'm going to sit back onto my heels. I'm going to grab my handles. When I do my exercises and set up my straps are usually very short. So If your straps are not as short as mine, please feel free to reach your hands in through your handles like bracelets and choke up on your straps. Or if your straps are shorter, you can leave your hands down by your side. From there, I'm going to lift up, and I'm just going to pull my arms back twice in chest expansion. I'm tweezing the bottom tips of my shoulder blades, keeping my stacked neutral spine position, and I'm going to pull back again. Now, we're going to add the head movement on. So I'm going to pull back, squeezing my bottom tips of my shoulders behind me, reaching my fingertips to the floor, look to the right, center, the left, center, and release. My shoulders aren't moving, I'm just looking with my head. Pull back, left, center, right, center, release, and now pull back. Right, center, left, center, release. One more, pull back. Right, center, left, center, release. Now, if you haven't choked up, please do so. And if you have choked up, please feel free to choke up a little further. We're going to do thigh stretch. You should not lift your arms to pull yourself back up, but you should be able to get a nice thigh stretch with this weight. So, as if I'm in a flat back position, I'm going to begin to hinge back. Squeezing my glutes, stretching out the fronts of my hips, feeling a nice stretch in the front of my thighs, and pull it back up. This is not an exercise today to see how far you can go, or to see if you can make it all the way down to the mat. This is a stretch, thigh stretch today, guys. Pull it all the way back up in a totally neutral spine position, and we're going to stretch it back as one unit. Ribs together, belly button up and in, and pull it back up. From there, go ahead and sit back. Take your straps in your left hand, and come to facing the front. I have my toes together between my shoulder blocks. They are slightly lifted because of the headrest, but my feet aren't back so far that it hurts. If it bothers your feet to sit like this with the headrest up, please lower them. I'm sitting back on my knees. If this is not accessible for you, please feel free to sit crisscross applesauce. I'm going to pull my arms down by my side. The weight is heavier, so we are doing arm circles, but since it is heavier, we will not bring our arm circles above our shoulder or sternum. So we're going to press it forward and open to the side and lower. Think of a teardrop. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Let's reverse. So let's open on the inhale, bring them together. We're not crunching them together. We're bringing them back to the original position, more in line with our uprights, and exhaling to lower. So inhale, bring them in line with the uprights up. Hold your pulley system and lower. And one more. And lower back down. From there, I'm going to peg my straps, and I'm going to get a nice chest opening exercise stretch. If this is too much for you, please feel free to do your child's pose on your skinny platform, but I'm going to place my hands on my foot bar and allow my body to drop down a little bit so I get a nice chest opening. Don't allow your head to drop all the way down. Try to keep it up just a little bit to protect your neck and spine and everything else. Not looking forward, but just keeping it all in line. If you have shoulder issues, you should not do this exercise. Now, place one hand on the carriage, the other hand come up to sitting tall. Come forward so that you're tucking your toes and your heels are against the shoulder block. Place your weight in your left leg, or we're going to do our right leg. We're going to place our weight in our right leg and bring our left foot up to the center of the foot bar. My heel is lined up with the center spring. From there, I'm going to extend and straighten my left leg. If this weight is too heavy, please drop it down to one medium or one bread spring. I'm going to release it back in. This is a half split or a modified front split position. And we're going to stretch it out. You can extend your leg further behind you and pull it back in. And let's do one more. Inhale it out. And exhale it back in. Don't release your hands from the foot bar. When the carriage is in at the bumper, place your left foot back, tucking your toes, placing your heels against the shoulder block, and bring your right foot up. If this is too high of a position for you on the foot bar, you can lower your foot bar or do it from your standing platform. Inhale to press it out, straighten that right leg. And exhale it back in. And inhale to press it away. And exhale it back in. And we have one more. Inhale to press it away. And exhale back in. Now when the carriage is in at the bumper, we're going to release the foot back. We're going to come to a mermaid position. I will be doing classical mermaid with my knees stacked. You can do a mermaid where your bottom leg is in the pigeon position. You can also do a mermaid where your bottom leg is in the pigeon position and your top leg is extended over the foot bar. You can do pigeon here. You can do pigeon and crisscross applesauce, whichever position works best for you. I'm going to bring I'm facing the left side of my machine. My right hand's on the foot bar. It's in the middle right now. I'm going to bring it slightly to the front. I'm going to float. Oh my gosh, my hair keeps falling out. Excuse me. I'm going to bring my left hand on to the shoulder block, and I'm going to press away as I side bend up and over giant barrel. Don't allow your shoulder to come like this. Pull that elbow down, 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 and now bend the elbow down as you sit up tall, and bend over into the well. Come back up, using your obliques to sit up tall, bring your hand back down, and exhale as you press away by straightening your elbow. And inhale to bend down, and lift it up, and exhale over. I'm not yanking myself, guys. My biceps are by my ears the entire time. I'm drawing my ribs together. I'm not arching my back, and I'm drawing my belly button up and in. Good. Now, you can get off the machine and come to the other side, or you can just rotate your body to the opposite side. Again, please use whatever variation for mermaid is best for your body. But if you were in crisscross applesauce, please put the opposite leg in the front on the other side. My right hand is on the foot bar. It is slightly past the middle, coming forward. My left hand is flipped up. I'm going to inhale, straightening my right elbow, reaching up and over, bring my left bicep by my rib, dropping my shoulders down, not up like this, guys. And I'm going to bend my elbow to come back in. Oh, bring my hand to the outside and reach, 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 reach for the uprights. Inhale it up, hand on the foot bar, and exhale over and away. And inhale up, and exhale over and away. And one more. And final one, elbow down as you lift with your obliques and reach up and over. Come back up to sitting up tall. Let's do a nice inhale and an exhale. I hope that everyone enjoyed class. Again, if you need any modifications, please feel free to reach out, and I hope that you have a great day. Thank you.